Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're heading just one planet over to tackle a real cosmic head-scratcher. We're talking about Venus, a place where the clocks, well, they run so weirdly it feels like they're breaking the laws of physics.
Yeah, you heard me right. A day is longer than a year. It sounds totally impossible, doesn't it? Like a riddle you'd hear in a sci-fi movie. But here's the kicker. It is 100% a scientific fact.
So, how in the world is that even possible? That is the question. And to figure this out, we've got to dive deep into what makes our planetary neighbor Venus just so bizarre. It's one of the most fascinating spots in the whole solar system. So, let's get into it. All right, first things first, we have to kind of reset our brains. We're so used to how things work here on Earth, we just assume that's the default for everywhere. Well, Venus is basically screaming at us, nope, you're wrong.
Think about it. Our entire lives, our calendars, even our own bodies, are all tuned to this rhythm of a 24-hour day and a 365-day year. It's just normal. But Venus, it completely throws that rule book out the window. It plays by its own set of rules on a timescale that is just, well, alien.
Okay, so to crack this code, we need to go back to basics. What do we actually mean by a day and a year? Turns out it all comes down to two totally different kinds of planetary motion. First up, we've got rotation. This is what we call a planet's day. It's super simple, really. It's just the time it takes for a planet to spin one full circle on its axis. For us here on Earth, that's roughly 24 hours. That's what gives us day and night. Easy enough, right? And then you've got revolution. That's a planet's year. This is how long it takes to make one full trip all the way around the sun. For Earth, that's our 365 days. So, to recap, day is the spin, year is the orbit. Got it? Cool. Now let's see how this works on Venus. And boom, here it is. This is the heart of the whole mystery. Check out these numbers. A single spin for Venus, just one day, takes a whopping 243 Earth days. But its trip around the sun, its year, is only 225 Earth days. It's right there. The day is longer than the year. Crazy!
So the big culprit here is Venus's incredibly slow spin. But just when you think it can't get any weirder, oh, it does. Because Venus also spins backwards.
I'm not kidding. If you were standing on Venus, the sun would rise in the west and set in the east. It's called retrograde rotation, and it's another one of these totally bizarre things that makes Venus the oddball of the solar system. So the big question is, why? Why is it so slow and so backwards? Well, scientists have a couple of big ideas. Theory number one, a giant cosmic car crash. The idea is that way back in its early days, something huge smashed into Venus so hard that it literally knocked its spin backwards. The other leading theory is a bit of a slow burn. It suggests that for billions of years, the sun's powerful gravity has been tugging on Venus, creating these tidal forces that basically acted like a giant brake, slowing it down and eventually flipping it all the way over.
Now, this whole day longer than a year thing, it isn't just a neat piece of trivia. Oh no, it has some truly profound and frankly terrifying effects on the planet itself.
Because that day is so incredibly long, one side of the planet just gets baked by the sun for months on end. This is a huge reason why Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. Yeah, you heard me, hotter than Mercury, and Mercury is way closer to the sun. We are talking temperatures so extreme they can melt lead on the surface.
And this is where it all comes together. You take that super long day, that constant baking from the sun, and you combine it with this ridiculously thick, heavy atmosphere that's almost all carbon dioxide. What do you get? You get the most extreme runaway greenhouse effect you can possibly imagine. All that heat gets trapped, it pours in, but it has absolutely nowhere to go. It just turns the whole planet into this scorching hot oven, everywhere all the time. And if you thought we were done with the weirdness, think again. Get this. While the planet itself is crawling along at a snail's pace, its atmosphere is doing the exact opposite. It's in an absolute frenzy. There's this thing called superrotation, where the clouds at the top of the atmosphere whip around the entire planet in just 4 Earth days. Just try to picture that. Hurricane-force winds screaming across the sky while the ground beneath them barely even budges. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? I think what Venus really shows us is that our entire concept of time, it's not universal. It's not some fixed thing. It's local. It's all about what planet you happen to be standing on. Just look around our own solar system. You see all these different clocks ticking at different speeds. You've got Venus with its 243-day. You've got us with our comfortable 24 hours. And then you have a monster like Jupiter spinning so fast its day is under 10 hours long. It really drives home the point that there's no such thing as normal out there.
And that really brings us full circle. These concepts we hold so dear, a day, a year, they feel so fundamental, so absolute. But they're not. They're just a product of our planet's unique little dance around the sun. Venus is this incredible, powerful reminder that what we think of as the rules are more often than not just our local customs.
So, this impossible clock on Venus, it's proof that the universe is just way more strange and wonderful than we could ever dream up. It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? What other cosmic rules are just out there waiting for us to discover them and have our minds completely blown all over again?